Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today, I got teams for you. Faction Assault team, Brown Guild Wars team, and two Tower of Doom teams. But what I want to say at the beginning of the video is I'm going to explain how you should scout Tower of Doom in this video. First, we got to go over the Brown Guild Wars and the Faction Assault. But after that, around the 10-minute mark, I'm going to explain how you should scout Tower of Doom because somebody asked me to do that. So look forward to that around the 9, 8, 10-minute mark or so. I don't know. I'm recording right now, so I'm not sure exactly. But here is your Brown Guild Wars team. I showed this last Guild Wars, so nothing new. Mountain Crusher with Plague Lord, Sycorax, the star of the team, Wild Queen, the other star of the team, and Obsidious. Sycorax, I'm liking this troop more and more and more, for Guild Wars at least. The more I use it, the more I love it. I just cast it on Brown over and over and over and over and over, and I just build my stats up to 1,000 HP, which isn't the best way to score high in Guild Wars, but it's a really safe way to make sure you win in Guild Wars. And I still scored over 9,300 points, so not the best ever, but not the worst. And I would take that every single day if someone said, hey, you want 9,300 points every single day in Guild Wars? Or, you can take your chances? I would say, heck yes, I'll take that. So, get up your Mountain Crusher as quickly as possible, match a brown, and you should get it up. What's the banner? I think like a double brown for sure. Double brown, probably double brown green. Make sure you just minus a color that you're not using, basically. I'm sorry I don't have the banner. I'll try to put it in the comments, but Sycorax the star of the show, and then the Wild Queen, of course, is always the star of any show that she's in. But cast Sycorax over and over and over on Brown, and you should be good. And you get some incidental skulls. So 9,313 points, 5-0, bracket 3. I'm like, what am I? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 5th. So I got 5th last Guild Wars. Top 5, not bad. Out of 30 really good people. Top 5, not bad. I wouldn't want to fall out of the top 5, but we'll see what happens this week. I just went 5-0. So far, I'm in like 2nd in points, but not that many people have gone yet. But with that team, remember, just get your Mount Crusher up. That's the main priority, the first priority, because then you'll cast that to get your Sycorax up to start casting on Brown. You might have to wait to cast on Brown. It just depends. Like, if there's only like a couple Brown on the board, you don't want to cast on it. But make sure you get an extra turn. That's the main priority. But if you can get it on Brown, even better. Here is our Faction Assault team. Nothing new here either. Forest Troll, King Gobtruffle, Doomed Glaive. Works really well in this faction. It's the faction that King Gobtruffle comes from. I'm showing it in the actual underworld on level like 160, 170. You'll only need to buy the first potion if you just want to get all rewards, that is. I mean, you could go for the leaderboard, you can go for pure faction. Those are some things you can do. But if you're just going for the all rewards, which is what I usually do on Tuesday because it's a one-day event, it's hard to do any more than that, especially with Guild Wars and Tower of Doom and Dungeons and Adventure Board also going on. It's going to be very hard to go for pure faction or anything like that today, in one day. So I would recommend just buying the first potion and going to, it's like level 80, 90, 100, or 110. It's one of those. I think it's more like 110 than 80 though. So around the level 100 is where you want to go to get all your points for the rewards. And I'm showing this on a level 160, 170, so definitely works all the way through. Get your Forest Troll up as fast as possible, cast it if there's enough green on the board. I usually cast it no matter what, unless there's only like 2 or 3 green. And hope to get lucky usually, but especially early in the event, you're not going to have any trouble. And you could even use, I don't know, there's probably other teams that are faster earlier, you know what I mean? But this is the team you're going to want to use later on in the event. So I usually use it early too. Like, I don't mind I don't mind the extra few seconds it's gonna take to get it up. Because what other you could probably use Rowan or something instead. There's probably a couple other teams that are a little bit faster, but no big deal. I mean, if I like to set one team and then not change it sometimes, so you can set King Gobtruffle and not change it, and I think that has its own value, where you don't have to think too much. That's kind of one of the hidden things in this game that adds value to teams is not having to think too much about the team. You don't want to always have a quadruple convert you have to look for, that makes the battles take longer, makes you think about them. Teams like Rowan, like Gobtruffle, like, whatever. Teams where you don't have to think too much and you can just press the buttons and watch TV while you play or whatever. Those are the teams I like. Sometimes. I like a mixture of both. So I don't always want that quadruple convert where I have to look at the board very carefully and make sure I got alignment and all that jazz. No, I don't like that all the time, but when I'm in like Guild Wars or something where I'm trying and I'm really paying attention to the board and everything, yes. But when I'm doing like mindless grinding or stuff that happens every day, that's like adventure board and dungeons, and I just want to push a couple buttons and get it done. Like Phoenicia, Rowan, Gobtruffle, which Gobtruffle has a little bit more to it than Rowan and Phoenicia, but not by much. Here is the Tower of Doom team that I showed yesterday. Triple Ferocity, Rage Reaver. Not much to say about that one either. You want to have Shaman class. I think it's the Meteor Banner. Definitely a double red, I think brown. Double red brown. Meteor Banner, pretty sure. And don't... I always recommend using the 3 Ferocities. I mean, I've seen people put in like a Ketris or something else. I just don't think it's worth it. Ferocity double damage to red. It's a red Tower of Doom. So you're going to hit the Dooms for a lot of damage. You're going to hit all the red enemies for a lot of damage. Double skull damage as well. Early on, you just want to take red and get your Ferocities up as quick as possible. Cast them, do some one-shotting. Later on, you'll want to cast your Rage Reaver first to build your stats up so your Ferocity can then one-shot. So remember to fully trait your Ferocities. Remember to use Shaman class. And remember to build your stats with the Rage Reaver later on in the Tower of Doom. So once your Ferocity stop one-shotting, then start using your Rage Reaver. Or once your 3 Ferocities stop clearing the opponent's team. Like, sometimes they won't one-shot, but the 3 of them can take out the 4 enemies. So once that stops happening, and you're not taking out the 4 enemies with your 3 Ferocities, start using your Rage Reaver to build their stats a little bit. It's quick. Like, you have to cast Rage Reaver once or twice. Like, plus it gets them all back up. It's the double whammy. One of my favorite teams. It's also not... You don't really have to think about anything too much with this team either. Rage Reaver's building your stats. Plus 12 to every stat, every extra turn. So imagine. You cast that Rage Reaver one time. Fill the whole board up with red, right? And how many extra turns do you get? Let's say 3 or 4. Let's say 4. Get 4 extra turns on that one cast of that Rage Reaver. 4 times 12. What's that? 48? 48 stats to every single Ferocity. That's like 150, 147, whatever it is. I don't know. I just didn't do math very well. 144 durability, or whatever you want to call it, stats that you just added to your team in one cast of something. So 12 to every single stat, every single extra turn. Even if you get 3, 4, 5 extra turns in one, I'm pretty sure. And even then, you could cast Rage Reaver again and build their stats again. Cast it again, build their stats again. So that's also adding to your magic, which makes the Ferocity hit harder. That's also adding to your attack. So if it does skulls, it's already doing double damage to red, but it could do even more to red or crush other colors. So, you could add Ketris and he could benefit from the stats as well, but your stats will go down. Instead of getting 12 for every single extra turn, you're going to get 8 for every single extra turn. So in our previous example, if you put a Ketris on your team, instead of another ferocity, you're only going to get 8 times 4 or whatever I said. So whatever that is, 32 to every stat instead of 48 or whatever I said. So that's the difference. I mean, it is what it is. That could be the difference between a one-shot and not a one-shot in some cases, so gotta be careful with that. I guess I'll start explaining how to scout in Tower of Doom and just Tower of Doom in general. The first thing with Tower of Doom is you want to have a scout. So early in the week, you want one person to go through every single room of the tower before everyone else gets started. Just one person, one scout. And now you can designate it beforehand, or just a person can get up super early and just start recording the numbers and whatever. They go through every single room, and then they record in your guild chat what is in each room. So let's say in room number 2 there was armor scroll. So they'll put that in guild chat. Room 2, armor scroll. Well, they'll put floor 1, room 2, armor. Then they'll go to room 3. They'll see what's in there. Let's say it's a HP scroll or whatever you want. So, yeah, a health scroll or whatever. Then they'll go in guild chat and put room 3, you know, a health scroll or magic scroll, whatever it is. And then let's say room 3 is the unlock, or room 4 is the unlock scroll. So they go in room 4. They beat that room. Then they put in guild chat, room 4 is the unlock. And then let's say they go to 5 and it's a luck scroll. Okay, room 5, luck. So you put in your guild chat every single room, no matter what. Even if you find the unlock on the very first try, you go to room 2, it's unlock. You could go straight to the Doom and proceed to the next level. That's a lazy scout. You do not want that kind of scout. It's better than no scout, and they are, you know, using their precious resources and turns to help people, but they're really not helping people. They're really making everything harder and worse. And it's a hard topic, like I say all the time. It's a hard topic because they're helping everyone out by they could just say nothing. They could go up the tower and say nothing and not let anybody know what's in any rooms. They could do that. Everybody would know they're doing that by their score, and they wouldn't like that, but they could do that. They don't. At least they tell you where the unlocks are, right? Well, what if there was a luck on that floor? If there was a luck on that floor, you would have got 3 points instead of 1 point. And if they go to room 2 and record, okay, there's an unlock in room 2. I'm going straight to the Doom. I'm not going to waste any more of my turns. That would be stupid. I'm going to go straight to the Doom, and then I'll start, and I'll tell them what's on the next floor. They go to the next floor. Let's say in room 2, let's say room 2 is always unlocked for some reason. Like you get a crazy tower. Also, when you're doing the tower, it's your guild only. Your guild only has the same exact thing in each room. Every guild has a different path. So, if my floor 1, room 2 is an unlock, your floor 1, room 2 might be an armor. It's going to be different. It'll be the same for every one of your guild members, but it's different for every single guild. So I can't tell you what's in room 2 on your floor 1. But, you know, this boy, aka DC United, can tell me what's in floor, or room 2 on floor 1, because he's in my guild. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the other team. Let's pause from the scout talk there, the Tower of Doom talk there. But, Double Tesla, somebody gave me this team too. I need to give some credit. Elite Gaming brought up the idea of this team. And then someone else came in and refined it, kind of. So I want to shout out some people. Elite Gaming, shout out to Elite Gaming. And shout out to HM. HM left a comment under Elite Gaming's comment. And it is Shield of Erskaya, Marilith, Tesla. And I didn't put on my armor medals. Dang it. What an idiot. So mine probably isn't hitting as hard as it should. Put on your armor medals for this team. Use Sentinel class with banishment and like anything that'll help Tesla that uses armor. What you want to do is get your Marilith up, cast that. It'll explode the whole board, do a little bit of true damage, which should get up your Teslas, your Shield of Erskaya. Cast your Shield of Erskaya on your Tesla, cast your Tesla, and then your other Tesla can clean up. There's different ways you can go about it. You could cast your shield on your Tesla 2 or 3 times and then cast your Tesla. Or you could keep, you know, cast your Tesla, cast your Marilith, cast your Tesla, cast your Marilith, cast your Tesla. There's many ways you can play with this team, and I don't know which way would be the fastest. It probably just depends how it goes, because you could cast your Merilith, get both of your Teslas up, cast both your Teslas and win, and not even cast the shield. And if you had casted your shield, it would have been the same amount of turns as if you had casted both your Teslas. Like, you just have to figure it out for yourself. Do you want to build up Tesla's armor and make her hit harder, or do you just want to use multiple Teslas? Um, you know? So, up to you. What I was doing mostly was casting Merilith. Then if Tesla was up, I'd cast her. If she wasn't up and my shield was up, I'd cast the shield. I just was casting whatever was up, you know? So if my shield's up, it pretty much has priority, because I'll cast it on Tesla. And you don't want to cast Merilith unless, like, no one else is up. That way you're getting everyone mana. So I don't know. Merilith has highest priority in the beginning of the match, and then she has, like, lowest priority after everyone gets up and whatnot. Something like that. And then it's between if your shield's up, you might as well cast it type stuff. But if it's not up, you might as well cast your Tesla type stuff. So, it is what it is. But back to the Tower of Doom talk. Yeah, so everybody's Tower of Doom's different, except for within your own guild. So that's why you need a scout. That way people don't waste their turns. So if one person uses their sigils to tell you which rooms to hit and not to hit, then everybody else is going to save sigils going up the tower. So the scout goes on the first floor. Let's say the unlock is in 2, and the armor's in 3, magic's in 4, and you know, something other worthless scroll is in 5. So in that case, the scout should tell you every single room. They should record in guild chat what's in every single room, just so you know that they hit every single room, because you don't know if they did or didn't if they don't put every single room down. So my guild could be doing it, you know, correctly, but they're just not showing their work. And you should show your work. So in guild chat, put what's in every single room, even if 3 of the rooms are worthless and you shouldn't hit them. So everyone would then go to room 2. So the scout had to use 4 sigils on that first floor, right? Everyone else is only going to have to use 1 sigil on that first floor. And that's the point of the scout, to tell everyone which rooms to hit so they can save their sigils and not go to those other rooms. Because you don't want to go to the armor scroll. You don't want to go to the HP scroll. Most guilds don't go to the magic scroll. The haste scroll is, like, debatable whether you want to go to it or not. If you think you're going to need more turns, definitely hit the haste scrolls, because you, at worst, break even. But if there's a Valraven in there, you can gain a turn. So I always hit the haste scrolls unless it's like towards the end of the tower and I know I'm going to have enough turns. But it's all based on, do you think you're going to have enough turns or not, if you should hit the haste scroll or not. Now, the fireball and the heroism, you should always hit those. Fireball will clear a regular room without you having to go in there. And then the heroism can clear a whole floor without you have to do anything. So both of those are good. You only want to use heroism on floors that don't have lucks, though, because you want to hit the luck rooms. Or, you know, fireball and heroism. You don't want to pass up those with the heroism. So make sure you're only using heroism on really high level floors and floors that don't have luck or fireball or heroism. I know I'm all over the place, but there's so much to say about Tower of Doom. It's crazy. So back to our first example with the scout, going through telling you what's in every single room, but there's only one room worth hitting, the unlock room. Okay, so they record what's in every single room, so you know they showed their work. There's not a luck in that room 5. They checked it. There's not one in there, because if there was, you would get 3 points instead of just 1. So in our example, there's an unlock in 2. He tells us that, but he checks all the rest of the rooms to make sure there's not a luck in there. So if there was, you'd get 3 points instead of 1, which is a huge difference. Would you rather do 3 floors or 1 floor? Alright, so we hit room 2. We only had to use 1 sigil. He goes to room 2. He checks every single room in there. Okay? Now, there could be a luck in one of those rooms. If there is, you gotta hit the lucks. The lucks are more important than the unlocks. The lucks are worth 2 points. The unlocks are only worth 1. So, you gotta hit the lucks. And that's what you're looking for as a scout. You're looking in every single room for those luck scrolls, for those fireball scrolls, for those heroisms. For some reason, a lot of scouts think you're just looking for unlock. For some reason. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know why. But Another thing to say about Tower of Doom, you want to go to floor 26. You don't need to go to floor 50. I don't know why some of these scouts are going to floor 50. The reward you get for the leaderboard is terrible. There's not even an orb. You're gonna break even on gems at best, and you're probably not going to. And there's copies of the Doom Troop. Woo woo woo. So the leaderboard is terrible. Tower of Doom leaderboard is the worst leaderboard there is. There's not even an orb. There's not a power orb. There's no orbs. There's nothing. It's crap. So there's no reason to go to floor 50. It's just weird and like a flex for no reason. You know? That's like banging your head against the wall to prove you're tough or something. Like, nobody cares after a while. But yeah, you only want to go to floor 26 because there's weapon scrolls on each floor. So every floor, every Doom you beat, you get a weapon scroll. Weapon scrolls are used to upgrade doomed weapons. And doomed weapons are good, and it's very hard to get weapon scrolls. You only get them during the Tower of Doom. That's the only way to get weapon scrolls. But once you hit floor 26, you stop getting weapon scrolls. So once you get to 26, there's absolutely no reason to go further. You're just wasting gems being a weirdo. So don't go past 26. There's no reason. Like, absolutely no reason. There's, like, no reason. Unless you're going for the leaderboard, which is terrible. There's no reason. Unless your whole guild comes together and every single person in the guild says, let's go to floor 50 and win this Tower of Doom for no reason. Like, that's the only way. That's the only way. So anybody going past floor 26 doesn't know what they're doing. Anybody not recording every single room doesn't know what they're doing. And there could be some scouts that are hitting every room and just only recording the good ones. And if they say that before they start scouting, that's fine. But I've never seen anybody do that. So I'm just assuming that they're only hitting the one room that they're reporting. Which if they hit if they say it's in 5, you kind of assume they hit the other rooms, because nobody's going to start with room 5. Most of the time you're going to start with 2, because it's the easiest. But if you're doing every single room, then it doesn't really matter which room you're starting with. But another thing with Tower of Doom, you can always, if you can't figure out a team, you can always use your Guild Wars team from that color day. So if you just absolutely can't figure out that Tesla is good, or Ferocity is good, or whatever, Ketris, Gargoyle, there's lots of good troops for red. If you can't figure it out for some reason that day and you're just having a brain fart, just use your Guild Wars team and you'll be okay. Like, it won't be the best because it's so scalable, but it'll get you through the first couple of days while you figure out a better team. So, but yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to say about the Tower of Doom. If you want to be a good scout, do it early. Talk a lot in the guild chat, but not about stuff that isn't Tower of Doom, because the guild chat does erase old messages. So that's another thing. If it's Tower of Doom week, try not to just chitter chatter about nothing, because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose those first floors, and some people don't do it early in the week because they're smart. You don't want to be going up the tower on Monday or Tuesday if you're not the scout. You'd rather the scout scouts out the whole tower, and then you can go up on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I remember a time on one of the first 3 or 4 Towers of Dooms where my guild leader was yelling at me on like a Thursday or a Friday about how I wasn't doing the Tower of Doom. And I said, dude, I'm waiting for them to scout it. Like, I don't like picking at it every day. I wanted to do it all at once, like on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I was about to do it, and he like sent the message at a very bad time because I was literally about to start doing it. But the longer you wait, the more scouted it will be, and the easier it will be to just, go up. But on the other hand, if your guild's really chatty, like chatty Cathy's, you can lose those early floors that the scout put in your guild chat, because the guild chat doesn't get saved forever. It's a certain amount of chats. It's a certain amount. So once you go past that amount, it starts erasing the older ones. So you might want to write them down on paper, even if you're not the scout. You might want to go into your guild chat and still like write them down, because if you got a bunch of chatty Cathy's in your guild, then they're going to start erasing their work that they did earlier in the week. And they'll be like, well, you should have done it earlier. And you should be like, well, that's not smart, because I'm waiting for the scout to scout out the tower, and I don't want to just pick at floor 1 on, Anyway. But yeah, to be a good scout, you want to hit every single room and record every single room, okay? And do it early in the week. And maybe say something in guild chat like, "Hey, I'm gonna be the scout, guys. So hold tight while I go see what's in these rooms." Because you don't want two people going up at the same time and they're both wasting sigils. You just want one person to do it. And it doesn't have to be, one person doesn't have to do the whole entire tower. You know, you could have one person do floors 1 through 5. And then the next person jumps in and does 5 through 10. And then the next person jumps in and does 10 through 15. Next person, 15 through 20. Next person, 20 through 25. And that's it. If you go any higher, you're wasting. You're a waster. There's no reason. Weapon scrolls. Leaderboard stinks. Okay? Go look at the leaderboard yourself if you don't believe me. Go look at first place. I don't even know if there's a power orb. And even if there is, are you going to get first? Look at like what you think you would get. If in an ideal situation, look at what you would get. If everybody just went hard at the Tower of Doom, what do you think what place are you going to get? 9th? 8th? Something less than that? Go look at the leaderboard and see what you're going to get if you win. That is why you should not go over floor 26, because there's no weapon scrolls. There's none on 26, none on 27, none on 28, nothing. Up. It just gets harder for no reason, and you're just wasting gems on turns. So, I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people don't scout out every single room. I don't know why people make mistakes in guild chat when they're recording it, and then people hit the wrong rooms and waste a sigil. That's very annoying as well. Don't be that person. Make sure when you type it in guild chat, double check your work before you hit enter or X or whatever. Don't be the person that puts the wrong thing in guild chat, and somebody has to come back and correct you, or you have to say 3 lines down that, oops, no, it's actually this. Because people aren't going to look all the way down. I'm looking for floor 2, so I'm going to, first time I see floor 2, I'm going to do that. And if somebody 3 messages down says, oops, floor 2 is actually this, then I probably already wasted my sigil. So, great job. But yeah, to be a good scout, hit every single room and record every single room. Why? Because there might be a luck in those rooms. You don't know. If there's an unlock in floor 2 and you go straight to the Doom, you just screwed everyone out of a luck maybe. And record every single room, that way everyone knows that you're doing every single room. Or, if you want to say it beforehand, and often, maybe more than once, say, hey guys, I'm doing every single room, but I'm only recording the good ones, that way I don't have to type out a bunch of crap. I'm lazy. Say that. You know? So, here's what's in room. Here's floor 1. Here's what's in room 2. Here's what's in room 3. Here's what's in room 4. Here's what's in room 5. Then you go to floor 2. Here's what's in room 2. Here's what's in room 3. Here's what's in room 4. Here's what's in room 5. Then you go to floor 3. Here's what's in room 2. Here's what's in room 3. Here's what's in room 4. Here's what's in room 5. Then you go to the next floor, you know? And I don't want to hear it about turns and sigils and gems and whatnot. If you're going to do it wrong, just don't do it at all. Okay? You know, somebody else will pick up the slack after you. You don't have to do it. We don't have to go to floor 26 on Tuesday or Wednesday. Like, we got all week. So, it could be 5 different people doing 5 floors instead of one person doing 20, but only recording 1 room on each floor. Like, that's stupid. Because then people feel like, I'm just going to, you know, they already did it. What's the point of me going back through and wasting my sigils to do it right? That's how I feel. If you want to say, well, why don't you do it then? Well, there's already people, like, as soon as it comes out, they're already running up the tower doing it wrong. So am I supposed to come in behind them when they already did already did it wrong? Come in behind them and do all the floors all the way up on my, like, I'm not going to waste sigils, like, I don't know. It's a hard topic, like I said, because they are trying, but nobody listens. But anyway, if you're a scout, do every single room and record every single room, or make it known often that you're only doing, you're only recording the good rooms, which, if you're going to do that often, you might as well just do every single room, because you're going to be typing the same amount of stuff. Because if you type that at the beginning, and then you do a bunch of floors and rooms, then, you know, halfway through, people aren't going to see that message that you left before you started. So, just do every room, please, and just record every single room, please. And the only ones you need, that everyone else needs to hit, are the unlocks. The lucks are the best. The luck is the best. The unlocks, the lucks, the fireballs, and the heroisms. And then it's debatable if you want to hit the haste and the power. The power, you should probably decide as a guild if you want to hit those or not. Because if everybody hits the power, it's worth it. But if only like one person's hitting the power, it's not. And then magic is another one that if the whole guild decides that we're going to hit every single magic, that could be useful as well. But it's not like you're getting one magic every time you get a magic. Like it's an experience system that goes up and gets harder as it goes. Kind of like when you're leveling up a class. You know how you get on level 1 for the class, it takes 1 experience. Level 2 for the class, it takes 2 experience. Level 3, it takes 3 experience. Level 4, it takes 4 experience. Like, it goes up. Same thing with the magic. You're not going to get, every time you get a magic room, you don't get a magic. You might get it on that first one, but on that second one, you need 2 magic scrolls. On that third one, you need 3 magic scrolls. Fourth one, 4 magic scrolls. Fifth one, 5 magic scrolls. Same with attack, same with everything else. So, that's why it's not worth it unless every single person in your guild is grabbing the magic, and even then it's debatable whether it's worth it or not, because you're wasting a sigil on, are you going to get that 15th magic point where you need 15 scrolls, so half the guild has to get that just to gain 1 magic? It's not 15 magic, it's 1 magic. So, anyway, that's my rant, and I hope you learned something. Be a good scout, hit every room, and record every room. Don't be lazy, or don't do it. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Comment below. Tell your guild about the channel. Check out those EverQuest Project 1999s. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.